I want you to think back to the moment when everything fell apart. That moment when your world stopped spinning, when the ground beneath your feet crumbled and you felt yourself falling into an abyss so deep you couldn't see the bottom. We've all been there. I've been there. It was 3:47 a.m. on a cold winter morning when I found myself sitting on the floor of my empty apartment, surrounded by the scattered remains of what used to be my life. The business I'd spent 7 years building had just collapsed, taking with it my savings, my confidence, and what I thought was my identity. The relationship I believed would last forever had ended in a deafening silence. My body was exhausted, my mind was numb, and my spirit was broken. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Maybe for you it wasn't a business failure. Maybe it was the phone call that changed everything. The diagnosis you never expected. The betrayal you never saw coming. The loss that left you gasping for air. That moment when life as you knew it shattered into 1,000 pieces and you found yourself on your own floor of despair, wondering how you could possibly put it all back together. In Japanese art, there's a practice called kintsugi, where broken pottery is repaired with gold. The artists take shattered pieces and bind them together with precious metals, creating something more valuable, more beautiful than the original. But here's what's fascinating. They don't try to hide the cracks. Instead, they highlight them. They celebrate them. Because in those golden seams lies the story of resilience, of transformation, of becoming. Look around this room. Every single person here has been broken in some way. Every single one of us carries scars, visible or invisible. But I'm not here to tell you that being broken is okay. I'm not here to offer you comfortable platitudes about how everything happens for a reason. I'm here to tell you something far more powerful. Being broken is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your transformation. In the next few moments, I'm going to share with you exactly how to take your broken pieces and rebuild yourself stronger than ever before. Not just stronger, but extraordinary. Because here's what I discovered in that dark apartment at 3:47 a.m. and what I've spent years proving through research, experience, and working with thousands of people around the world. The very thing that breaks us contains within it the seeds of our greatest breakthrough. But before we go further, I need to know, are you ready? Not just to listen, not just to nod along, but to really transform. Because what I'm about to share with you isn't just information, it's a revolution. A revolution in how you view your challenges, your potential, and your power to rebuild yourself into something extraordinary. When life breaks you, you have two choices: stay broken or build yourself stronger. Today, right here, right now, we're going to learn exactly how to do the latter. We're going to discover the science behind human resilience, the exact framework for transformation, and the specific tools you need to turn your breaking point into your breakthrough moment. This isn't just another motivational talk. This is a blueprint for transformation, a practical, proven pathway to turn your wounds into wisdom, your scars into strength, and your breaks into breakthroughs. So let me ask you one more time. Are you ready? Ready to discover how to not just bounce back, but bounce forward? Ready to learn how to take your broken pieces and create something more beautiful, more powerful, more extraordinary than before? Because if you're truly ready, then what you learn in the next few moments will change everything. Your breaking point is about to become your turning point. Your moment of destruction is about to become your moment of creation. And trust me when I say this. What we're about to explore together isn't just about surviving your challenges. It's about using them to create the most extraordinary version of yourself you've ever imagined. Let's talk about what actually happens when life breaks you. Not the surface level pain. We all know what that feels like. I'm talking about what's really going on beneath the surface, in your mind, in your body, in the very fabric of who you are. You see, most people think breaking is just about pain, but real breaking is about transformation. When you're in that moment of absolute devastation, when everything you thought you knew about yourself and your world is shattered, something extraordinary is actually happening. Think about this. A caterpillar, before it becomes a butterfly, literally dissolves itself. Inside that chrysalis, it breaks down completely before rebuilding itself into something entirely new. Scientists call this process histolysis. The caterpillar's body actually digests itself from the inside out, becoming a soup of cells that will eventually reorganize into a butterfly. That's exactly what's happening when you're broken. You're not just hurting, you're transforming. Let me break this down for you in real terms. There are 4 types of breaking points we all face. First, there's professional breaking, when your career crumbles, your business fails, or your dreams seem to evaporate before your eyes. This is where your identity as a capable, successful person gets challenged to its core. Second, we have relationship breaking, when trust is shattered, when love ends, when betrayal cuts so deep you can barely breathe. This breaks not just your heart, but your ability to trust, to connect, to believe in others. Third, there's physical breaking, when your body fails you, when illness strikes, when your physical reality changes dramatically. This challenges your fundamental sense of security and capability. And finally, there's identity breaking, when everything you thought you knew about yourself, your life, your purpose comes into question. This is often the most profound type of breaking because it shakes the very foundation of who you think you are. But here's what's fascinating. And this is backed by research from some of the world's leading trauma experts. Breaking isn't just about damage. It's about creation. When we break, we create space for something new. Think about it like this paper. When it's whole, it's useful, but it's limited. It can only be what it is. But when we tear it, now we have edges, now we have possibilities, now we have points of connection that didn't exist before. This is what psychologists call post-traumatic growth. It's the phenomenal human capacity to not just heal from trauma, but to use it as a catalyst for extraordinary growth. Let me share some numbers with you, because this isn't just motivation, this is science. Research shows that between 60 to 80% of people who experience significant trauma report positive changes in their lives as a result. Think about that for a moment. The majority of people who go through devastating experiences actually become stronger. But here's the critical part, and this is where most people get it wrong. This growth doesn't happen automatically. It's not about time healing all wounds. It's about what you do with that time. It's about understanding that breaking creates opportunity. When Thomas Edison's laboratory burned down in 1914, destroying years of work and causing millions in damage, he said something extraordinary. He said, "Thank goodness all our mistakes were burned up. Now we can start fresh again." That's the mindset we need to cultivate. Because breaking, real profound breaking, does something remarkable. It strips away everything that's not essential. It forces us to question every assumption, every belief, every pattern that got us to where we are. And in that questioning lies the seed of transformation. In that space of complete devastation lies the potential for complete renovation. You see, when life breaks you, it's not trying to end you, it's trying to evolve you. Every crack, every fissure, every shattered piece is an opportunity to rebuild something stronger, something more authentic, something more aligned with who you're truly meant to be. But here's the crucial question. Are you going to use your breaking point as an excuse to stay broken, or as a catalyst to become extraordinary? Because that's really what this is all about. It's not about avoiding breaking. It's about understanding its purpose. It's about recognizing that sometimes life has to break us down so we can break through. And that breakthrough, that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. Because once you understand the nature of breaking, once you see it for what it really is, not an ending, but a beginning, then you're ready for the most important part. How to use this breaking point to build yourself into something more powerful than you've ever been before. Are you ready to learn exactly how to do that? Are you ready to discover how to take your broken pieces and create something extraordinary? Then let's dive into the science of human resilience, because what you're about to learn will transform how you view every challenge, every setback, every breaking point you'll ever face. Because the truth is, you're not just resilient, you're antifragile. And understanding this difference is about to change everything. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to share with you isn't just theory, it's biology, it's neuroscience. It's the very essence of what makes us extraordinary as human beings. When we talk about rebuilding ourselves stronger, we're not just using a metaphor. We're talking about actual physical changes in your brain and body. Let's start with something remarkable: neuroplasticity. Your brain physically changes based on your experiences and decisions. Every single time you face a challenge, your brain creates new neural pathways. Think about this. When you're broken, when you're facing your darkest moment, your brain is literally rewiring itself for strength. Scientists at Stanford University discovered something fascinating. People who view stress as a tool for growth actually have different biological responses to challenges. Their bodies produce higher levels of DHEA, a hormone that helps build resilience, and their neural networks become more sophisticated in areas related to emotional regulation and decision-making. But it goes even deeper than that. Have you heard of the concept of antifragility? It's different from resilience. Resilient things resist damage and stay the same. Antifragile things actually get stronger when stressed. Your muscles are antifragile. They grow stronger when challenged. Your immune system is antifragile. It becomes more robust when exposed to pathogens. And your mind, when properly conditioned, is antifragile too. Think about the most extreme examples of human survival. People who've endured unimaginable circumstances and emerged stronger. Viktor Frankl in the concentration camps. Diana Nayad swimming from Cuba to Florida at age 64 after failing 4 times. These aren't just inspiring stories. They're evidence of the extraordinary capacity built into your DNA. Let's break down what actually happens in your body during a breakthrough. First, there's the acute stress response, your fight or flight mechanism. This floods your body with resources, increased heart rate, heightened awareness, enhanced physical capabilities. But here's where it gets interesting. This same system, when properly channeled, becomes your launching pad for transformation. Your body releases norepinephrine, which enhances focus and attention. Cortisol, often villainized as the stress hormone, actually helps mobilize energy resources. And most importantly, your brain's neuroplasticity goes into overdrive, preparing you to learn and adapt at an accelerated rate. This is why Navy SEALs don't just train under stress. They train to use stress. They develop what experts call stress inoculation, the ability to actually perform better under pressure. And here's the incredible thing: you can develop this same capability. The key lies in understanding your body's adaptation mechanisms. When you expose yourself to progressive challenges, your system doesn't just recover, it overcompensates. Scientists call this supercompensation. It's why athletes get stronger after pushing their limits, why our immune system becomes more robust after fighting off infection, and why you can emerge from challenges with enhanced capabilities. But here's the critical part: this only works when you understand and intentionally engage with the process. It's not enough to simply endure. You must consciously direct your body's natural adaptation mechanisms. Let's talk about your brain's remarkable ability to rewire itself. Studies show that trauma survivors who actively engage in their recovery process develop enhanced cognitive capabilities in areas like problem-solving flexibility, emotional intelligence, pattern recognition, stress response management, decision-making under pressure. This isn't just healing, it's optimization. Your brain literally builds new neural highways, creating faster, more efficient pathways for handling future challenges. You develop what neuroscientists call stress resilience, the ability to not just handle stress, but to use it as fuel for growth. The research from Harvard Medical School shows something fascinating. People who've overcome significant adversity often develop what they call enhanced functionality in specific areas. Stronger emotional regulation, improved cognitive flexibility, enhanced problem-solving capabilities, deeper emotional intelligence, more robust stress response systems. But here's what makes this truly extraordinary. These improvements aren't temporary. When you build yourself stronger through adversity, these changes become permanent parts of your neural architecture. You're not just recovering, you're evolving. Think about this. Every time you face a challenge, your brain releases brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, often called miracle grow for the brain. This protein literally helps build new neural connections. Your challenges aren't breaking you, they're rebuilding you, rewiring you for greater strength. The science of energy management plays a crucial role here too. Your body operates on what researchers call the oscillation principle, periods of stress followed by recovery. When you understand this rhythm, you can start using it intentionally. You can structure your rebuilding process to take advantage of your body's natural enhancement cycles. But perhaps most importantly, we need to talk about the growth mindset. Dr. Carol Dweck's research shows that people who view challenges as opportunities for growth actually show different brain activity patterns when facing obstacles. Their brains light up in areas associated with problem solving rather than threat response. This is what sets breakthrough achievers apart. They don't just survive their challenges, they actively use them as catalysts for growth. They understand that every breaking point is actually a breakthrough point waiting to be activated. And that's exactly what we're going to focus on next, the specific framework for turning your breaking points into breakthrough moments. Because now that you understand the science of how your body and brain are designed for transformation, it's time to learn exactly how to activate these natural enhancement systems. Are you ready to learn the exact framework for rebuilding yourself stronger? Because what comes next isn't just theory, it's your blueprint for transformation. Everything we've discussed so far leads us to this critical moment, the exact framework you need to rebuild yourself stronger. This isn't just another self-help system. This is a scientifically backed, battle-tested methodology that I've developed working with thousands of people who've transformed their breaking points into breakthroughs. Let's break it down into 3 powerful stages: acceptance and assessment, vision and strategy, and taking massive action. Stage 1, acceptance and assessment. Let's start with the hardest truth. You cannot rebuild what you refuse to acknowledge is broken. This isn't about wallowing in pain. It's about making a clear-eyed assessment of your current reality. Here's your first tool, the emotional inventory technique. Take out your phones, open your notes, and write down these 4 questions. What exactly am I feeling right now? Name the emotions specifically. Where do I feel these emotions in my body? What triggered these feelings? What story am I telling myself about this situation? And this technique does something powerful. It separates facts from interpretations. It gives you clarity about where you actually are, not where you think you should be. Next, we conduct a resource assessment. List everything you still have. Internal resources, skills, knowledge, experiences. External resources, relationships, assets, opportunities. Hidden resources, untapped potential, unused connections. Remember this, no matter how much you've lost, you haven't lost everything. Your greatest resource, your capacity for growth, is still intact. Now, map your support system. Studies show that people who intentionally activate their support networks during crisis recover faster and emerge stronger. Identify your inner circle. Who can you count on absolutely? Your knowledge network. Who has expertise you need? Your growth catalysts. Who pushes you to be better? Stage 2, vision and strategy. This is where we bridge the gap between where you are and where you're going. But here's the key. We're not just trying to get back to normal. We're creating something extraordinary. Start with future self visualization. Close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself 1 year from now, having used this breaking point as a catalyst for transformation. Ask yourself, what have you become? What new strengths have you developed? What opportunities have you created? How do others describe your transformation? Now let's create your breakthrough blueprint. This isn't just goal setting, this is identity evolution. Your blueprint needs 3 levels. 1, identity goals, who you're becoming. 2, impact goals, the difference you'll make. 3, achievement goals, specific milestones. Here's the crucial part. Your strategy needs to be both ambitious and actionable. Create what I call bridge goals, stepping stones between your current reality and your ultimate vision. These are daily, weekly, and monthly targets that build momentum while building confidence. Stage 3, taking massive action. This is where most people fail. They have the vision, but lack the execution framework. Let's solve that right now. First, establish your daily success rituals. These aren't just habits. They're identity reinforcement practices. morning power hour, physical, mental, emotional preparation, midday reset, energy management, and course correction. Evening review, learning integration, and next day preparation. Create your momentum multipliers, specific actions that create compound effects. 1. Physical enhancement actions, energy optimization, stress to strength conversion, recovery acceleration. 2. Mental enhancement actions, skill acquisition, knowledge expansion, pattern recognition development. 3. Emotional enhancement actions, relationship strengthening, resilience building, confidence amplification. Implementation is everything. Here's your action framework. Daily, 3 vital actions that move you forward. Weekly, 1 breakthrough initiative that pushes your boundaries. Monthly, 1 major milestone that transforms your trajectory. But here's what makes this framework different. It's built on the principle of progressive overload. Just like in physical training, you gradually increase the challenge to build greater strength. Each success builds momentum for the next challenge. Your accountability architecture needs 3 levels. 1. Self-accountability, daily tracking and reflection. 2. Partner accountability, weekly check-ins with a success partner. 3. Public accountability, monthly sharing of progress and lessons. Remember this crucial principle. Motion creates emotion. The moment you begin taking massive action, your emotional state begins to shift. Action isn't just about achieving goals, it's about building momentum. Create what I call victory triggers, small wins that you can achieve every single day. These build your confidence while building your capabilities. Start with 1 physical victory, health, energy related. 1 mental victory, skill, knowledge related. 1 emotional victory, relationship, impact related. Track everything. Use what I call the breakthrough journal to document. Actions taken, results achieved, lessons learned, adjustments needed. This isn't just record keeping, it's evidence building. Every entry becomes proof of your progress, fuel for your confidence, and guidance for your next steps. The final piece of this framework is what I call breakthrough acceleration. This is where you intentionally seek out challenges that stretch you. Remember, you're not just trying to recover, you're trying to transform. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to prove your new strength. This framework isn't just about getting through tough times, it's about using tough times to create tough people. People who don't just survive challenges, but thrive because of them. People who understand that every breaking point carries within it the seeds of a breakthrough. And that's exactly what we're going to explore next, the specific tools you need to accelerate your transformation. Because understanding the framework is just the beginning. Now it's time to master the tools that will turn this understanding into unstoppable action. Now that you understand the framework, let's arm you with the specific tools that will accelerate your transformation. These aren't just techniques, they're power tools for rebuilding yourself stronger than ever before, mental conditioning tools. The first set of tools focuses on rewiring your mental patterns. Let's start with pattern interruption. When you're broken, your mind tends to run the same destructive loops over and over. Here's your first power tool, the stop, shift, create method. 1, stop. The moment you notice negative thinking, physically snap your fingers. 2, shift. Immediately change your physiology. Stand up, move, change your breathing. 3, install a new thought pattern using specific power questions. What's the opportunity in this challenge? What strength am I developing right now? How will this make me stronger? Next, we have belief installation. Your beliefs create your reality, so let's install some new ones. Use the evidence mining technique. 1, identify a limiting belief. 2, find 3 pieces of evidence that contradict it. 3, create a new empowering belief based on this evidence. 4, reinforce it daily through specific actions. The mental rehearsal protocol is your next tool. Olympic athletes use this to prepare for peak performance. You'll use it to prepare for your breakthrough. 1, morning visualization of successful outcomes. 2, midday mental practice of specific challenges. 3, evening review, and success programming. For state management, you need the peak state activation system. 1, physical triggers, specific movements or gestures. 2, mental triggers, key phrases or images. 3, emotional triggers, powerful memories or motivations, physical optimization tools. Your physical state directly impacts your ability to transform. Here are your essential tools. Energy management matrix. 1, input management. Nutritional timing for peak performance. Hydration optimization. Sleep quality enhancement. 2, output optimization. Strategic movement patterns. Stress release techniques. Recovery acceleration methods. The body-mind bridge protocol. 1, morning energy priming. Deep breathing exercises. Progressive muscle activation. Neural pathway stimulation. 2, peak state physiology. Power posture positioning. Energy center activation. Cellular vitality practices. 3, recovery rituals. Tension release techniques. Energy restoration practices. Cellular regeneration protocols. Emotional mastery tools. Your emotional state is crucial for transformation. Here are your emotional mastery tools. The Emotional Intelligence Enhancement System. 1, self-awareness tools. Emotion mapping exercises. Trigger identification techniques. Pattern recognition practices. 2, self-regulation methods. State shifting protocols. Energy management practices. Response choice training. 3, social awareness development. Empathy enhancement exercises. Relationship building practices. Connection deepening techniques. Trauma release. Methodology. 1, physical release. Tension discharge exercises. Somatic experience techniques. Body-based release practices. 2, mental release. Thought pattern interruption. Belief system reconstruction. Mental model updating. 3, emotional release. Feeling identification. Expression techniques. Integration practices. Joy cultivation system. 1, daily gratitude protocol. Morning appreciation practice. Success celebration ritual. Evening reflection process. 2, pleasure programming. Positive experience anchoring. Joy trigger installation. And happiness habit formation. 3, connection enhancement. Relationship strengthening exercises. Community building practices. Support network activation. Relationship strengthening. Tools. 1, communication enhancement. Deep listening practice. Clear expression techniques. Understanding verification methods. 2, trust building. Consistency demonstration. Integrity maintenance. Reliability reinforcement. 3, bond deepening. Shared experience creation. Emotional connection practices. Support exchange protocols. Implementation strategy. To make these tools work for you, follow this implementation sequence. 1, start with 1 tool from each category. 2, practice each tool daily for 21 days. 3, document results and adjustments. 4, add new tools progressively. 5, create tool combinations for enhanced effects. Remember, these tools aren't just techniques. They're power instruments for your transformation. Just like a master craftsman needs the right tools to create something beautiful, you need these tools to craft your breakthrough. The key is consistent application. Don't just learn these tools, use them. Don't just understand them, master them. Every single day, pick at least 1 tool from each category and apply it deliberately. Track your results. Notice what works best for you. Create your own combinations. These tools are meant to be personalized. Adapt them to your specific situation and style. Most importantly, remember this. These tools are not just for crisis times. They're for building yourself stronger every single day. Because the ultimate goal isn't just to recover from breaking, it's to become unbreakable. And that's exactly what we're going to explore next. The specific formula for turning these tools into unstoppable momentum. Because knowing the tools is one thing, knowing how to combine them into breakthrough momentum is something else entirely. Let's synthesize everything we've learned into an unstoppable formula for transformation. This is where all the pieces come together into a system that will turn your breaking point into your breakthrough moment. The 3 forces of breakthrough. Your breakthrough depends on mastering 3 fundamental forces. 1, Absolute clarity. Clarity isn't just knowing what you want, it's understanding exactly where you are, precisely where you're going, and specifically what's required to get there. Your clarity formula, present state. Analysis, brutal honesty about your current situation. Future state vision, crystal clear image of your desired outcome. Gap identification, precise understanding of what needs to change. Resource recognition, complete inventory of what you have to work with. Obstacle, anticipation, clear view of potential challenges. Clarity, questions. What exactly am I moving away from? What specifically am I moving toward? What must I become to achieve this? What price am I willing to pay? What's truly at stake if I don't change? 2, unwavering commitment. Commitment is the bridge between intention and action. It's the force that turns your clarity into reality. Your commitment contract, decision point, the moment you burn all bridges to your old self. Identity shift, the conscious choice to become your future self now. Price payment, the willing acceptance of necessary sacrifices. Time investment, the dedication of specific time blocks to your transformation. Energy allocation, the intentional direction of your life force. Commitment. Intensifiers, or public declaration of intent. Stakes creation, what you'll lose if you don't follow through. Progress tracking system, accountability architecture, celebration schedule. 3, strategic action. Action without strategy is just motion. Strategic action turns your efforts into breakthrough results. Your action matrix, daily power moves. 3 non-negotiable actions that move you forward. Weekly breakthrough projects. 1 major initiative that pushes your boundaries. Monthly milestone. Achievements. 1 significant accomplishment that transforms your trajectory. Implementation framework. Morning power routine. 1, physical priming, 20 minutes. Energy activation exercises. Physical state optimization, neural pathway stimulation. 2, mental preparation, 20 minutes. Vision review and enhancement. Strategy optimization. Obstacle preemption. 3, emotional conditioning, 20 minutes. State management practices. Energy alignment, motivation amplification. Daily progress system. 1, morning launch sequence. Top 3 priorities identification. Energy management planning. Outcome visualization. 2, midday recalibration. Progress assessment, strategy adjustment, energy renewal. 3, evening integration, success celebration, learning extraction. Next day preparation, weekly review process. 1, results analysis. Achievement assessment. Pattern recognition, strategy evaluation. 2, course correction, obstacle identification, solution creation, plan optimization. 3, momentum building, success multiplication, challenge elevation, commitment reinforcement, monthly recalibration. 1, progress measurement, key metrics review, growth assessment, transformation tracking. 2, strategy enhancement, approach optimization, resource allocation, efficiency improvement. 3, vision expansion, goal elevation, possibility expansion, breakthrough acceleration, formula activation. Keys. 1, speed of implementation. Act within 24 hours of learning. Execute before perfection and build momentum daily. 2, intensity of focus. Full immersion periods. Distraction elimination. Energy concentration. 3, consistency of practice. Daily non-negotiables. Weekly power routines. Monthly breakthrough projects. Success amplifiers. 1, environment optimization. Physical space enhancement. Social circle elevation. Information diet purification. 2, state management. Energy optimization. Focus amplification. Motivation maintenance. 3, progress acceleration. Success stacking. Momentum multiplication. Breakthrough acceleration. Remember, this formula isn't just about following steps. It's about creating unstoppable momentum. Each component builds upon the others, creating a compounding effect that accelerates your transformation. The key is integration. Don't treat these as separate pieces. They're parts of a unified system. Your morning routine feeds your daily progress, which builds your weekly momentum, which creates your monthly breakthroughs. Most importantly, this formula must be personalized. Take these components and adjust them to your specific situation, style, and goals. The best formula is the one you'll actually use consistently. Now go. Take what you've learned, use what you've discovered, apply what you've understood, because your breakthrough begins now.